Hey everyone, Morten Åstad here. Welcome to my channel. This video is a video that I am making for the Vinyl Martini, or Jack. Jack has asked us to make a video where we do a couple of things. First of all, why? Well, he's celebrating 2 years in the vinyl community. Congratulations. And also he is pushing 600 subs. What he wants us to do is he wants us to call out 2 channels that we feel need a little attention. Not one of the big ones that already have it. Most of the channels that I follow have more subs than me, so it's kind of difficult to choose from that point of view. So I'm choosing as follows. I'm naming a fellow Scandinavian, Jakob from Denmark. He does, his channel is called Jakob's Music Channel. He shows lots of music very efficiently and very broad taste. He loves his female-fronted bands, but a lot of heavy metal, Danish music as well, which is, you know, useful, especially for me here in Denmark. He will throw your curveball and show some music that you thought, really? But that was so different than what you showed yesterday. So it's always a great time watching Jakob's channel. The other channel I want to give a shout out to is Geek. Geek is over in California, sorry. He is what I would call a very entertaining and thorough all-rounder. He likes his comic books, he likes his science fiction books, and I love comic books. I wanted to be a comic artist myself, and he gives reviews of movies he's seen, TV series he's seen, other stuff, various things. Sometimes we do get to see a little bit of him venturing out in cultured, the more cultured parts of California, and he shows music, records, vinyl, CDs. Great all-rounder, and I try to be a bit of an all-rounder sometimes myself. Talk a little bit about comics, movies myself, and I'll even throw in a little bit of a craft beer thing once in a while, or I'll film my surroundings if I feel like it, or if I'm somewhere I think is nice. The other thing Jack wants us to do is show a band that you really love, and which you have their entire discography. So I'm in Denmark. I don't really have my record collection here. It's up in my flat in Norway. But I do have a band that I love and their entire discography. Now, it's only 2 records, but alas, 2 records, shorter video. It's the House Martins. This is their debut album, London 0, Hull 4. And as you can see, they are from Hull, an industrial harbour city on the east coast of England. It's a town that a lot of Scandinavians in the 19th century would have seen, you know, because they would sail out from, let's say, Christiania or Bergen or Stavanger in Norway, or Gothenburg in Sweden, or Esbjerg in Denmark. But those ships would normally just take them across the North Sea to Hull, and then they would take the train across England to, for example, Liverpool, where they would get on one of the big liners and go further on to the United States or to Canada. Their debut album contains wonderful songs like Happy Hour, Get Off Your Knees, Flag Day, Sheep, Over There, Think for a Minute, We're Not Deep, Lean on Me, and Freedom. The members, Paul Heaton, vocals. He would go on to other great things after the House Martin folded. I don't know much about Stan Collymore. He was the guitarist. Hugh Whittaker, he was the drummer, but he left the band after the first album to give way for another important member. And finally, Norman Cook, he went on to... He had a brief band called Beats International. You Be Good to Me was a hit. They had 2 albums, but then he went and just did stuff on his own as Fatboy Slim. After this wonderful album, which came out in 86, can kind of allude to their political leanings. They recorded their next album, The People Who Grinned Themselves to Death, which I think is a reference to, hoity-toity people, the royals, etc. Great songs here. The title track, The People Who Grinned Themselves to Death. The Light Is Always Green. Me and the Farmer. 5 Get Overexcited. Johannesburg, Bow Down. You Better Be Doubtful, and Build. They also scored a massive Christmas #1 hit, which is not on either of these albums. It's on right after this album, and the band, I think the band had already decided to go their different ways, part ways. They released a compilation album, which is another really good album, by the way. I don't have that on vinyl. I have it on CD. And then joining them for their second album was new drummer Dave Hemingway, who sort of already knew all the guys. And he would join Paul Heaton in the new band The Beautiful South. And they would both do the singing, so much so that Dave gave up the drums and just became sort of the second male singer of the band. And I'm saying the male singer of the band because they had a female singer join the band as well. She would later leave. She was replaced, and the replacement also left after a while. And then they had a third for the last couple of albums they released. They released 7 albums all in all, and they disbanded in the around 2007, I think. They had The Beautiful South had a huge success in England, and of course Norman as well. Paul went on to become a solo artist. He actually recorded solo albums before he left the Beautiful South as well. Under another name, something Cracker Boy. That album was actually re-released later with his name because no one had a clue who the person behind that record was. And he now the last 3 or 4 albums he's recorded has been with what's her name? Something Abbott. She was one of the female singers in The Beautiful South. And wow. I remember that name just a little while ago. Anyway, check them out. Very short discography. They only released 2 albums, but great albums anyway. And there they are. So check them out. Check out the guys I mentioned earlier. And of course, head on over to Jack's channel, to the Vinyl Martini. Leave him some love in the form of sub if you haven't already. Or a nice comment and congratulating him on 2 years in the vinyl community. I will hopefully be back soon in another video. See you later, guys. Bye.